Okay, welcome to another video on how to use Gtkradiant. This one will be longer since I have a bigger allotment of megabytes. So, um, in my last video, I showed you how to change the preferences from single player to multiplayer, which I think that's where you want to map for, and the preferences to get the layout like this. This is one I'll be using, so it might be a good idea to get it switched to that by checking the other video. You can just either search GTK Radiant, and there's only 4 things about it on there. So okay, so first let's just this is the 3D window. That's where you see things in 3D. Oh, funny name, huh? Joke. Okay, then these 3 windows are called wireframe or 2D windows. This is where you'll be doing most of your building. So now you can change the grid size by any of your keys on your keyboard, whether it be in the numpad or just above on the upper part of it. So let's just start at them with 5 to start, I guess. So now, in this one, click and drag it, and you'll see this. You've just created a brush, which is basically an object in the map that you will see. So, this is the top view. This is the side view, which would be that side of there. This is the top view, which would be that one, and this is the side view, which would be that one. So you can make it wider by dragging this along here. And let's bring that up. Now you can scroll in and out like that by using your wheel on your mouse, or if you don't have a mouse wheel, you can use insert or delete, and no, it will not delete the brush you already have selected or anything. So make it a good size. And the reason it says shader not found is we haven't put a texture on this yet. We will in a second. So now there's a toolbar up here, as you can see. See this button here? It says hollow. Click it, and the brush will be deselected. And if you go in here, you can see the room's been broken up. So that's useful. So what do you think it would be like if we didn't do the hollowing in it? So I'll just undo that, and we're inside the brush right now, but as you can see, it's hollow, so let me just get out of there. Okay, so re-hollow the brush. Okay. So yeah, you just made your first room, but it's not finished yet. We're missing textures, and we're also missing a spawn point. So let's put the spawn point in. Right-click on the 2D window, and you'll get this small menu. So go to Info, Player, Deathmatch. I know it sounds weird or anything like that, but this is the spawn point where you'll start. So if you can't get that to go on the floor, decrease the grid size like that by pushing 4 or 3, whichever. Okay, so now let's just make sure it's in our room. So we're gonna go down into here. Oh, by the way, to get the little where the kind of you see the crosshair where my mouse appears and disappears, you can right click on the 3D window and you can move around like that. Okay, and when you're in there, you can use your mouse, insert, delete keys, or arrow keys, and you can also just look around with the mouse. So this is where you're going to start here, and this is the room you're going to be in. Now let's texture it, so go to Textures. Oh no, let's just load Bespin. So this box will come up, and it'll say Loading Textures Bespin, or whichever textures you load. If you have like other maps, like aside from the ones that come with Jedi Academy, or Jedi, okay, this is for Jedi Academy, they'll also be in there whatever the author has them named as, so, oops, sorry. So now, just scroll down here, and look for a wall texture. Okay, I guess this one will be good. So now, you can select brushes by doing Shift, F1, so select the 4 wall brushes, and double click the texture you want it to be. And there you go, it's looking a bit neater. Okay, now we need to do the floor. So let's look for a dark one. Sometimes you have to fiddle around with textures, so there's the floor. Now let's have a look at the ceiling. Okay, there's the ceiling. Oh, I'm a bit close to that. Texture it. What you feel would be good one, like that. Okay. Oh, and you can all, by the way, sorry, keep forgetting to mention these things. You can deselect a brush by hitting escape. But say you, if you just heard that noise in the background, can you please ignore that? That's nothing. That's just my dog and he's sleeping. So, anyways, see, say you want to change the texture, well, you can just change it by hitting T. That brings up your textures menu. This also brings up the entity menu, but that's a little advanced, so we'll get to that later. So yeah, you've made a room, a spawn point, and it's textured. You're ready to play in it. Well, not yet. Before you can play in it, you need to save your map. So by default, it'll be saved in Maps, in your Maps folder. But I'm not going to save it there. You should probably save it in your Maps just for it's easier. I just want to save this on my desktop to show you. So you can name it something. Name it Simple. And remember, you want to save it in your Maps folder. I'm just going to do this on my desktop just for the heck of it. So if you save it like something like, just call it test or something simple, you don't want to call it something long. So now it's called test. Okay? So it's almost ready for you to play on it, but we need to build it, meaning we have to turn it into this .map file to a .bsp. So click on one of the tests here. It doesn't really matter. Well, it does in a way, but they all get the job done. So now this DOS window will come up, and as you can see, it's doing something in this. So when this is finished, you'll have some new icons on your desktop. So yeah, the icons you'll have on your desktop will be a BSP, usually a lin, a back, and the SRF image. If you can't edit that, don't worry. But really, what you want is the BSP file. Okay, that's the map. That's the okay. Here's the BSP. So this is what you want in your maps folder, in your base folder, which you can easily get it by going to Start. Actually, go to My Computer. I have mine as a file, so it takes a second. Then you go to Local Disk or whatever it's called, your main hard drive. And after mine pops up, I have my computer's an old computer, so it can take a while. You go through Program Files. Now you scroll down here, and you want to look for LucasArts, which is there. Now you go through Jedi Academy, and you go through Game Data, and you go to Base, and here's your maps folder. So if you go in there, you'll see all your maps and stuff like that. So you want to take your BSP, and you want to put that in your maps. Now, okay, that shouldn't pop up. I just have other names and test on that. So after that's in there, you're gonna launch the game like always, and but if you notice when you go into like to select your map, it won't have it won't be in there because we haven't made it into a PK3 yet. That will be in a separate tutorial. So I'm just gonna show you how to run it without making the PK3 because it's a bit confusing at first. So what I'm going to do, I'm just gonna make a text document. Don't worry, you don't have to do this. I'm just gonna show you this basically. So pretend what's this stupid up. Come on, you stupid computer. There we go. Okay, pretend this is my console, so you know how to bring up the console. Shift and tilde, which is left to the 1 key. You want to type in, as soon as the console comes up, dev map space, and you want to type in map name, or whatever it is, but we named ours test. So you click test, so then you would hit enter, and it should load the map. Now if it doesn't load it, you check the basics, like check to make sure it is a BSP, check to make sure it's in your proper maps folder, not just in your base folder. It has to be in the maps folder. But then you can put the PK3 after you've made it in there. So yeah, that's about it. And no, we do not want to save that. So thanks for watching. Where's the F button? Oh my god, where's the F button? God, where's the F button? Where's the F button on this thing? Ah, you stupid off button. Sorry about that.